Yo, what is going on over there on the YouTubes? It is 4 in the morning, and our boy Random Plocks over at the Duel Links Meta website, pretty much the best place to get leaks now that Alpha Man has officially passed from this realm, has some interesting news, and I wanted to quickly report on it. Probably going to be a little bit of a short video here. So the August 30th update, the maintenance put in the Pendulum tutorial assets, and you can see here it's got little icons showing you how to do pendulums, but most importantly is this final image right here showing the pendulum monsters in the spell and trap zones, not on their own pendulum zones. You can see you're right next to the main deck, and there's a center card right there as well. And this is interesting because there was a Reddit thread that showed that there potentially would be the extra deck monster slots or the extra pendulum slots because it was in the old game data. And I didn't make a video on that because Duel Links is full of just old data. So I figured that that wasn't actually what it was. I figured it was probably going to be something else because I said a long time ago, not a long time ago, maybe a month ago, that I believe they're going to introduce pendulums in this fashion where it's in the spell and trap zones. And before I keep going, I should probably mention that these are all data mine leaks, so Konami could change their mind, like a week before the new world comes out and completely change how pendulums work. But I don't know, man. Considering that they added in the tutorial with this update with actual, um, images and text and everything, this seems like a pretty decent look into what's about to happen. Um, but I mean, it makes sense, right? Because if they did put in the pendulum zones, eventually, when link summoning comes out and they move on through master rules, they would have to program it so it goes back to the spell and trap zone. So rather than doing it twice, they just probably just want to do it once and get it over with, right? That's what I think. Um, so it makes sense that it's down there. I am disappointed to see it down there. This means pendulum decks only have one spell trap zone. You're just like in perma Xing Zhang Hu mode for the most part. So I don't know. I don't know like what they plan on doing with that because these pendulums they'll be like setting one book of moon. you know so the pendulum decks will have to be just insanely powerful to counteract that. I just don't see a way that the decks can work without back row. Duel Links is such, I mean, if you go look, and I don't want this video to go on too long, but I'm just putting my initial thoughts about this because again, this none of this is confirmed. But if you go look at all the major decks and count the back row right now, all of the top tier decks are using back row except Thunder Dragon, right? And even some Thunder Dragon builds do opt to go for a heavy back row build. Although I personally wouldn't play it that way. There are some people who have won tournaments with heavy back row builds. Duel Links has always kind of been revolving around back row and anti back row. And only having one available slot means pendulums will, if you open more than one back row, you bricked, essentially, which is not how any deck has ever operated. And I don't know. They're not going to give us the really strong pendulums right away, I feel. Like they can't, right? They have to give us the weak ones first, sell those, then give us the strong ones. Because otherwise, they're going to have to just give us straight up really, 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 really powerful pendulum effects for this to even work. So I I do not like this. I would much rather prefer they have their own zones. I would like to see pendulums actually have a shot in Duel Links and not just be like a throwaway mechanic because Konami just doesn't like the mechanic anymore and doesn't want to implement it. Other than that, obviously you can see that those two pendulum monsters are in the game. Those are the ones that Yugioh plays, the Stargazer, and the other one, I keep forgetting what it is, the one that negates traps. And so, obviously the face-up pendulum monsters, they're going to have nice effects when they're being continuous. monsters on the board. It's just the worry of not being able to play your generic back row, like Book of Moon and stuff like that, which gives you a huge competitive edge that these Pendulum decks just simply won't have. So it is what it is. You guys tell me what you think down in the comments. I will keep an eye on this and update you guys if anything happens. But yeah, looks like this is how pendulums are going to be moving forward. Like, comment, subscribe. You guys know how it is. I'll keep you updated. Thank you. Take it later.